Well, fuel's happening. While he's messing around with that, I guess I'll get started on see if we can't take a little bit of glare out of the windshield there. Got ourselves a little bit of a Tom Sawyer situation. Start scrubbing the windshield and he's like, man, that looks so gosh darn fun. I gotta get involved in that. Can't blame him. Windshields are important to keep clean, but so are mirrors on account of always gotta know where you started from to better understand where you're going. There's something real philosophical of that nature. But also it's just really stinking important to be able to see out of those stupid things. Whenever I do it, I like to spray stuff on there that gets all foamy and stuff because it makes me feel like I'm super cleaning it on account of all those late night infomercials I saw as a child. Left a lasting impact on me. Ugh. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it because of the direct sunlight. Oh, you can see that. Hey, sometimes the best part about cleaning the windshield is remembering that the windshield there is actually two-sided. So now I gotta clear off all of this garbage. See if we can't do something about that. See the difference? I don't know if I do either. But gosh darn it, I feel like I put in the effort. Next step, all this junk that shouldn't be on the dashboard in the first place, let's throw it back up there where it belongs. Look at that. I schmoed up the windows and wiped it down, and this guy's like, that also looks fun. But I think it's more like, he's like, hey man, your truck is really dirty all the time, and I have to be in here too, so I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Good on him. Good on him. Hey, where are we going? Minnesota. I wish I could do the accent, but I can't. But you betcha. Going to Minnesota. Onwards. Yes. Return the shmoo to its designated location. It's a box of cup of noodles. This is a box of ramen. That's a box of off-brand weird Japanese ramen stuff that's been hanging out for several months. Here's the situation. There's too much ramen in this truck. So as we're driving down the road, having a grand old time, every once in a while you'll just hear stuff like that. It's all the ramen falling down. Every day we got to pick up all the ramen and put it in the same suspended spot every freaking day, and then be amazed when the ramen continues to fall. Some people never learn. And then some people, like this guy, go into Walmart and they come out with more ramen. I'm like, that's the last thing we need is more ramen. Let's get it together. Rest area, Wisconsin. Time to check our load. Make sure it's like there and stuff. It is. Sweet. That's gross. Probably gonna have to do something about that. What do you think? Nasty. I'm embarrassed now. See that patch? That's like Flex Seal tape. It'll make boats float. And also, it'll make tarps stay dry on the inside and stuff. Man, I really wish I could take credit for that, but I can't. I inherited these tarps. Truth be told, I'm probably not man enough to even own Flex Seal tape. I'm more of a PVC glue, vinyl glue, cutting out patches and getting it all over my clothes and looking real nasty kind of guy. That's typically how projects work out for me. Anyways, up here on the load, and by golly, it looks a lot like the covered load, so A+ for the day. Load secured. Well, hi guys, over there in the building, getting rid of some weight, fluid, and bodily functions type thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull that right out there on the ground. Do the same thing on the other side, and clean up a little bit. get the Lysol out, disinfect, which is necessary because we're a couple dirty animals living out here on the road. So every now and then you got to spray some schmoo out on the ground and rub it in and hope for the best on account of viruses and communicable diseases and just general road filth. Sound like fun? Sweet. Step 1. Initiate start sequence. Turn key to on position. Wait for doohickey stupid people lights to go away. Coupler's still there. The one that indicates that we have the parking brake engaged. That's a good one to be on. Go back to the key. Turn the key. On. Air gauge. Full. That's what we need right there. Air assault cannon. Mobilized. Get off of there, all you nasty garbage. Now it's time to scrub down the old floor there. I gotta take those there electrical cables and get them off the floor and out of the way. So you just grab them and then you just throw them up on the dash. Kind of like that, sort of. Or just pull it all the way out and just, then you put it up there with all the other things that are like stored in an aesthetically pleasing fashion along the dashboard. That's how you know I'm a real truck driver. Just throwing stuff wherever it lays. Pretty cool. Now we'll spray some stuff out and scrub it down. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. I will cleanse the cleansing power of the Lysols. I don't know how much good this actually does, but let me tell you something. It makes me feel more citrusy. Because that's what it smells like. No, that's out of the way. What you do is you take your dirty floor mat and you throw it on your clean floor. I didn't say I was good at this or I understood how it should be done. I just said it's something that I do. So there. Yeah, it could probably be better, but this here's just a load check brake. It's not a play Martha Stewart HDD TV remodel the truck brake or what have you. Next dirty floor mat, clean floor, voila. It looks used and abused now, just the way we like it. Extra credit, take some of this used car or new car smell and a can bottle there and get out a couple of these sprays under the seat. Now when people get in, they're like, man, this looks disgusting, like a couple of animals live in here, but it's obviously a brand new vehicle on account of the smell. That's how I fool you guys. I don't know how effective that is either, but it makes me feel better. Thought we were leaving. Why are we stopped? Why are we stopped? Because this piece of garbage doesn't realize that one of us has to be driving if two of us are logged into the machine. It thinks no one's driving. On account of government over-regulation and other conservative propaganda. Find out more. There's an AM radio station for you. We'll tell you all about it. Over-regulation. So, manually select the driving function, young Jedi. That's funny because he's not a Jedi and he's a lot older than I am. Jokes. Yes. Menominee, Wisconsin. Another quick stop. This guy wants cheese. And I was like, hey, listen here, man. If you want cheese, you better pull in somewhere before we get out of Wisconsin. Because that's kind of like what they do around here. So here we are. Cheese. Go get some cheese curds, bud. I was just sitting in the truck waiting for him to come back with the cheese curds or what have you. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe I should be proactive. Then I remembered like what my folks used to do to me on car trips. They're like, everybody gets out at this stop and relieves themselves. And I was like, ah, yes, that's what I should do, so that we don't have to stop later on. Time management, getting there, slowly but surely. So after going in and taking care of my bodily functioning needs and everything, I was like, you know what I could go for? I would really like to poison myself with some artificially flavored cola. So I was down for that, and I walked my happy little butt up there to the register, and I was like, I would like one of these. And she's like, did you know that if you bought one of those and then you bought one of these chicken sandwiches that's also poisonous to your health, that you would save some money? And I was like, did not know, do not care, just the cherry Coke, please. And she was like, did you know that if you bought the pop and then 2 of these chicken sandwiches, that it's even less than buying the pop and 1 chicken sandwich? And I was like, that doesn't even seem possible mathematically, but hey, I need to get out of here, and it seems like you really want me to buy 2 chicken sandwiches. So I did. And then I remember the stimulus check and how the government was like, you get this money, but you got to use it to stimulate local economies. So consider yourself stimulated, Menominee, Wisconsin. Mission accomplished. Cool facts. My man over here used to be like an electrician on helicopters and stuff. He was pretty good at it. And so I was like, hey, fix my stereo. He was like, challenge accepted, on account of this is a land mammal. And I convinced it's significantly less complicated. He calls them the birds. Apparently, if you're a military guy, you gotta call helicopter birds. It's a thing. So I feel like I'm in good hands. Dates. Final location found. Delivery point. He fixed the radio. Circuit identified. Power interrupted. Power reconnected. Radio works. We'll write that up in our DVIR. Right, sir?
On it.
So we're at our final delivery spot in old Minnesota A. And we'll probably go out there and loosen up some tarps and make it to where it'll be super slick in the morning until some unaccounted interruption causes us to realize that even the best made plans, etc., come to waste. So we'll do our best. You'll see in a minute. So here on this trailer, in the back, like the back half of the trailer, so this right here, it was a hook. And they've all been broken off. Like, that should look like this, but for quite a bit of length on this trailer, they're all broken off. They should be every 2 foot. But yeah, Jesse came up with a super cool idea of a way to sew these shock cord together through the rub rail, and it was a little bit time consuming to put it on there, but it's gonna come off super slick. It's gonna be nice. So that looks kind of ugly and strange, I'll give you that. But the theory here is we're unloading right here. Like, we're gonna pull 30, 40 foot forward in the morning, pull those tarps down, pull the straps and get unloaded. So we're trying to make it as quick as possible for the morning. And what we just did, obviously it takes a few minutes getting all that shock cord off the side. It's the most time consuming like single step of the tarps usually for me. So I just made it super simple, and we kept all of our terminal ends, all of our fixed lines for the tarp, so that the four corners of each tarp is still secured for wind or things of that nature. I've got the tarp hanging down. If we did, for whatever reason, have to move, we could go through and just tack it up again with some bungees, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But now we're basically ready just to pull a couple lines on each side, pull them down, fold them up, and then we're good to go for the morning. So now that we've done today what we could have put off till tomorrow, we're feeling probably proactive as all get out, and honestly, just on our ways to like employee of the year or whatever. So we're in good shape. I was gonna call that good, but then he's like, hey, we can take off a bunch of straps and be even more proactive. And I was like, when are you getting off my truck? You make me work too hard. So we're gonna do that now, which means I gotta take this sweatshirt off because I wasn't actually wanting to sweat an ounce today. Now it looks like I'm gonna sweat a little bit, so that's kind of cool. He's gonna be undoing the straps on this side, and then I'll go to the other side and roll them up after the sweatshirt's gone. Got all that out of the way. Now all we gotta do is wait till the morning. But it's kind of weird because they're doing new construction behind us here. That's what all this freight is for that we have, but it's like also in a residential. There's houses right here, so we're trying to make low impact out here, be as quiet as we can tonight. Probably shut down that APU so it's not running, and we might be a little bit uncomfortable tonight, but sometimes that's the price you pay for being right at the spot you need to be. And then the other deal is wouldn't do this if I was worried about weather, but by all account weather's not a problem here, you know, because now I've got this exposed, and if it was raining and what have you. But what's nice is the way we have it done is it would take us, you know, 15-20 minutes possibly, something like that, and we'd have to come out here, and even with the two of us it'd probably be closer to 10 minutes. We could roll these sides up, tack it all back down, and have it to where it was pretty easily should we need to move or weather comes up. But right now we've got it anchored on the corners, so it can't blow away or do anything crazy on us. And it keeps it covered. Like, ideally I'd like to just pull these down now and roll them up, put them on the deck, but you know, I want the customer to see the tarps on there, so that's important for getting paid and whatnot. So now we're just waiting around for the morning, hanging out in our little truck. Conspicuous as all get out in this nice little neighborhood. So that'll be fun. And hopefully on to bigger and better things tomorrow. Later.